It's time now for the Peter Channel New News Report on this Monday afternoon, December 26, 2016. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins on this noon hour on this December 26, 2016. Today, after Christmas, it's 30 degrees here at not near. Today's high will be 37. Here are the Peter Channel New News Report at 12 noon and our top story at 12 noon on this Monday afternoon is on Christmas Day. George Michael passed away at a young age of 53, and while he, like many music icons we lost this year, was violently taken by the institution we could take the covered in during the election day he has left behind. Russia's transport minister said Monday that during a press conference that the pilot on a technical fault is likely to be the cause of Sunday's plane crash over the Black Sea. New York, if President Donald Trump wanted to show how he planned to liberate President Barack Obama's approach to Israel, he might have been found his man to deliver the message, and David Friedman is picked to the U.S. Meanwhile, Obama, probably feeling a little puffed up from his high approval ratings, and President Donald Trump's rocky starters certainly would have won a third term in the White House had it been permitted to run. U.S. relations with Russia hit rough patch, but there are signs that things may improve soon. Russia's defense ministry said on Monday that its troops have found mass graves in Syria and Aleppo with bodies showing the signs of torture and mutilation. Chile's government works to reestablish connectivity in a quake-affected zone. Surveillance open government stake claims in South China Sea. Beijing, China, and Sao Tome and Principe officially resumed diplomatic relations Monday in travel over Beijing over about Taiwan after the Afghan national abruptly broke away from a self-ruled island last week. Iraq forces will resume their push against the Islamic State militant group inside of Mosul in the coming days, a U.S. battlefield commander has told Reuters. Recently, a prof from Penn and another typical whined about being on the professor watch list due to social media shenanigans. It seems that Drexel University George Secular Mayor must have felt left out. Snow and ice have created treacherous travel for much of the country on Monday as millions of Americans embark on a journey back home for the holiday weekend and returning to work. Fleeing war, South Sudan creates booming camps in Uganda. Donald Trump has supervised the Pentagon mapped out themes for the inaugural address next month that the president-elect taps Stephen Miller, incumbency in the White House, advised the policy to write the historic speech. Al-Bab, at least 30 people attempted to escape Al-Bab, Syria, were killed by explosions funded by the Islamic State, the Turkish army reported. Moscow, nearly 3,000 people were evacuated from 3 Moscow train stations after a phone and bomb threat. Chicago, 7 people were fatally shot and several instances and 27 more injured by gunfire in Chicago during a 48-hour period, including Christmas Day, police said. Washington, millions of minimum wage workers in 21 states will get a raise in 2017. Boston police say the driver for Hale Red and Service Slip is facing attempted murder charge for 7 another women during an affair dispute. Police said 25-year-old Keon Summers stabbed the victim in the neck in the city of Dorchester neighborhood about 11:15 p.m. on Sunday. The 21-year-old victim was taken to the hospital but expected to survive. Her name was not released. Abington, Massachusetts police say a man accidentally shot himself inside a home in Abington. Renewable energy feature will arrive when installing a new solar panel is cheaper than a comparable investment in coal. Natural gas have options. Jens Waterman at the balance bank and the European Central Bank has pointed out that Italy state aid to the failed Monte dei Paschi bank controlling the liability of the bank itself is fundamentally sound. As the contract was signed on December 11, the total price of AD planes was $16.6 billion. As Terran went to pay only about half of the announced price for 80 newborn airliners. Researchers use World Sound Mall diamonds make warriors 3 atoms wide. Our new study, gentlemen, in internal medicine found women that may be better for hospital patients' health. Peter Channel News Time is now 12:04 p.m. on this Monday afternoon, the day after Christmas, and it's time now for Sports Report. Celtics and the Bruins of the night off. The Connecticut Huskies have fired football coach Bob Diaco with just 3 tumultuous seasons. The school announced Monday after an 11-26 mark 3 seasons. When Andy Reid gets a chance to take an AFC West rival, he does it with an exclamation point. Early in the season, a double-digit winner with Raiders. Reid called for a TD to 346 man. No tackle attempt for a 1-yard backward pass. And it did the same against the Denver Broncos. And a Monday Night Football preview NFC showdown it out to the best teams in NFC square up on Monday Night Football. Dallas Cowboys versus Detroit Lions in the battle of division leaders. This game carries a multitude of qualifications, particularly for the Lions. Peter Channel News Time is 12:04 on this Monday afternoon, 10 out for traffic and transit report. Let's tell you what that Thursday out. Looking good on the subway system is looking good, and on the ferries they are looking good, and subways and commuter rails they are looking good as the commuter rail will operate on a Sunday schedule on Monday, the day after Christmas. Alright, look at that. Highways and byways of New England here. 95 on the southbound side, expected from Bridgeport down to Stamford. 95 on the northbound side, back to Greenwich down to Stamford, Connecticut. 95 on the southbound side, back to Bridgeport, and both ends of 95 back to West New Haven. Mare Parkway westbound side, it is back to Norwalk and then Nipesco and Bridgeport stretch, and eastbound Mare Parkway is back to New Haven stretch. 91 on the southbound side, back to Middletown. 84 eastbound side is back to Waterbury, Connecticut. 91 on the northbound side, back to just before IE for Harvard, Connecticut. 91 on the northbound side is back to 57 and Agawam to 391 in Chicopee. Mass Pike on the westbound side, it is back to from Millbury all the way to Interstate 84 Sturbridge. Mass Pike eastbound side, back to IE4 Sturbridge, and Mass Pike K-Breaks on the Millbury stretch. And Mass Pike westbound side, back to after 495 out in Marlborough. 495 southbound side is back to from Stowe down to 290 in Marlborough. 290 eastbound side, back to 495 in Marlborough. Route 3 on the northbound side, it is backed up from 123 53 in Hanover all the way to Derby Street in Hingham. Southern Expressway, the northbound side is back to Dorchester and Mass Pike. Route 180 both ends is back to Winthrop. Highways and byways of Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine are linking it's up in Interstate 87 southbound side is back to the Canadian border up in upstate New York and Champlain, New York. Interstate 91 on the southbound side is back to the Canadian border up in Vermont. And Outwoods 1555 back to the southern Quebec after the U.S. border. And the Cape Highways are looking good here. As border and Summer Bridges are looking good. Peter Channel News Time, 12:06 p.m. on this Monday afternoon, the day after Christmas, and it's time now for a weather report. Current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 12:06 p.m. on this Monday afternoon. It's 39 degrees with a dew of about 28 degrees and a humidity of 65%. And it's 36 in Mansfield. Looking at regional conditions around the country, around the region here, it's 33 in Boston, 31 in Bedford, 32 in Beverly, 29 in Monson and Fitchburg, 27 in Worcester, 33 in Norwood, 36 in Taunton and Marshfield, 30 in Plymouth and New Bedford, and 9 is in Chatham, it's 39 in Provincetown, 37 in Falmouth, 39 in Martha's 40 in Nantucket, it's 33 out in Smithfield, 34 Providence, 36 in Wesley and Newport, it's 39 in Buckeye, 41 in Montauk, 39 in Innsbruck, 41 in New York City, 35 in Bridgeport, 36 in New Haven, it's 33 in Denver and Meriden, Connecticut, 32 in Waterbury, Connecticut, Perry, 29 in Winslow and Hartford, it's 27 in Springfield, 24 in Greenfield, 30 in Northbound, 20 in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, 20 in Albany, 25 Silver Springs, 29 in Bennington, 31 in Bennington, Vermont, 19 11 in New Hampshire, it's 22 in Luckhorn, New Hampshire, 24 in Concord, New Hampshire, 26 in Manchester, New Hampshire, 27 in Nashua, and Chatham, New Hampshire, 29 out in Keene, New Hampshire, 20 in Boston, New Hampshire, 22 degrees up in Port Maine. Okay, take a look at it. Source map one country shows a station front from Alberta restricted all the way down to the Colorado Rockies, but with a low pressure from Colorado with a cold front from Colorado all the way up into Wisconsin, and another cold front from Texas all the way out to Indiana. Followed by from southeastern Oregon and down to Idaho. Followed by central Wyoming, and followed by from western Kansas all the way down to western Texas, and followed by down to Baja California. And high pressure ridges, 4 of them. One of them in eastern Pacific and Northwest. One of them in the Intermountain region, western Nebraska and Kansas, western Central Plains, and up in northern Maine and up in eastern Quebec. While low pressure ridges around North Dakota and a pink front from Minnesota all the way down to the Great Lakes, the warm front from Michigan all the way down to New York State. Station front from North Dakota up into northern Ontario and down to eastern Ontario. Pink, cold, and warm fronts off the California coast. 52 degrees out in Detroit, 51 in Pittsburgh, 42 in Washington, D.C. It's 57 in Atlanta, 81 in Miami, Florida. It's 67 in Dallas, Texas, 80 in Brownsville, Texas, 39 in Kansas State, 20 in Omaha, Nebraska, 51 in Chicago, 20 in Minneapolis, St. Paul, 22 in Great Falls, Montana. It's 35 in Seattle, 45 in San Francisco, 48 in Los Angeles. It's 33 in Las Vegas, 14 in Salt Lake City, 30 in Denver, 45 in Phoenix, and 27 in Albuquerque. Okay, take a look at national. Looking at radar and satellite around the region, it shows some patchy clouds coming from some around Connecticut down on western Massachusetts and up to Vermont, New Hampshire, and up into Maine. Here we're seeing some snow showers from south of Vermont stretching up into North Vermont and northern New Hampshire to northwestern ports of Maine. Another line of rain showers of snow stretching east of Kitty National Park and stretching up into Bangor and the northwestern ports of Maine, expecting a couple of inches of snow. Some inches of snow, north of Bangor, about 1 to 3 inches possible. 3 inches up around extreme northern portions of Maine, and seen some snow showers around the Montreal area and to the south central Quebec. Seen some sleet and snow from northeastern upstate New York, and sleeting from Atlantic Stand for east central New York and then the northeastern Pennsylvania around Scranton, and seen some rain showers around Pottstown, around the Philadelphia area, and stretching the northwest of Trenton. Rain showers from the Oswego, stretching all the way down to the north center of Pennsylvania, and some rain showers northwest of Buffalo, and stretching in east of Toronto, and some rain showers in the east central portions of Ontario here. Okay, looking at satellite radar loop around the country shows a line of rain showers from Texas all the way out to Ontario, and a line of rain showers in eastern Ohio, and some patchy rain showers from the northern Alabama down to Georgia, and around South Carolina down to Florida, and some patchy snow showers by Minnesota, by the western Ontario, and up to Saskatchewan and Manitoba, and central and eastern portions of North Dakota, and some snow showers around eastern Idaho. Patchy rain showers off the southern coast of California, and some rain showers off the Washington, Oregon coastline, some snow showers around the Tacoma, Seattle area, and then about Vancouver, and some rain showers southern Alaska. Alright! Let's take a look at a forecast discussion here. As high pressure is going to be moving offshore this afternoon. As a strong weather system approaches from the west, Great Lakes low pressure will be past Northern New England tonight and Tuesday. As warm air moving north of the will bring a brief period of sleet and freezing rain for some change rain everywhere overnight. Strong winds will also be featured ahead of the floor along with the coast. The rain tips out tomorrow. Dry, slightly cold weather returns to the sign on Wednesday. Temperatures grow in the northeast. Impact the week to Thursday and Thursday night, but the bulk of the cumulus storm may be confined to the distant region while mainly rain along the coastal plain as during dry but windy and colder weather falls Friday and Saturday. Another low pressure system may bring a bit of rain and snow to the region by Sunday. High pressure is now centered along the main coast and shifting eastward, settling images show clouds over the west waters of the east and south, as well as over New York State, with low level winds shifting from the southeast and in the south later today. It is reasonable that some of the clouds will spread over the southern New England, and also the system clouds over New York and Pennsylvania will spread to east and should cut out over the sky during the afternoon. Late morning temperatures were in the 20s, inland and 30s along the coastal plain, as temperatures at 1,000 millibars suggest maximum temperatures in the 30s at around 40 south coast. This is close to the existing forecast, so we will stay with it. On its islands upstream, showed 25, 30 knots at low level, southwest jet at PIT, less than southwest winds at Albany, and a light north wind at GYX, expecting an increase of low level jet movement in the western sector this afternoon and evening. This will bring an increase of low level lift, cloud formation, and potential for precipitation for about a lot of dry air. Remains at low levels, which could be evaporating initial rain and snow. Sum it up. Potential precipitation of west mid to late afternoon, but the initial precipitation should evaporate. The better time for onset would be toward evening, and temperatures at the surface in western Massachusetts area, which will be 30 to 32, while temperature at 2,500 degrees, 0 to Celsius by 008. So initial precipitation likely to be sleet or freezing rain, and over and set up a warm front approaches from the west to the inside of winter. Expected steady, well northwestern region late tonight. Meanwhile, 2 points pressure in the lowest 200 millibars, so it will reach nearly 15 Celsius, allowing for some wet bulb as a calm moisture leads from H7 to SFCs by the evening. Command this wet bulb effect will the cold temperature setup, and some locations across western and central Massachusetts, as well as Connecticut Valley, may see a period with temperatures below freezing and overrunning precipitation begins to build across the region. Alright. Hazard weather outlook. Day 1 today tonight. Wind advisory and day 2 7. Tuesday for Sunday. Wind advisory coming to increase about north to Thursday and Thursday night. The bulk of the cumulus storm may be combined in western and north central Massachusetts on the coastal plain. Mainly rain activity, some sort of the onset, not that is depending on storm track, which means somewhat uncertain at the time. There also the low risk of wind advisory late Thursday and Friday. Wind advisory remains in effect midnight tonight to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. Some of Rhode Island and southeast of Massachusetts, southwest with about 15 to 25 miles, but gusts up to 50 miles an hour. Late tonight and early Tuesday impacts. Winds of this magnitude could bring down some small trees and branches outside power as possible. Wind advisory means that sustained winds at 31 to 39 miles an hour, expected with gusts between 46 and 57 miles an hour. Winds that stronger. Cable to down some small tree limbs and branches also cause outside power outages, and driving can be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Use extra caution. Okay, take a look at a 7-day forecast goes like this. This afternoon, Pottstown at 37 degrees, southwest with about 3 to 6 miles an hour. For tonight, showers likely may after 10 p.m. Clouds got a temperature rising at 52 by 5 a.m. and south about 750 miles gusts at 39 miles an hour. Touch base at 7%. New Pacific amounts between 10 and 40 inch possible, so I'm expecting Regionalized, this afternoon's odds will be 36.43 for 7 New England and 24.34 for Northern New England. And tonight's lows will be 46 to 50 degrees for 7 New England and 36.43 degrees for Northern New England. Here for Thursday, South Shores mainly before 9 a.m. Temperature falling around 44 by 5 p.m. Southwest about 10 to 15 miles coming. Wednesday afternoon, winds good gusty 36 miles an hour. Just pitch 9% new precipitation amounts of less than 10 minutes possible. Tuesday night, forecast about 23 degrees. West about 6 miles an hour. So expected tomorrow's highs will be 50 to 54 degrees for 7 New England and 48 degrees for Northern New England. And Wednesday's highs around New England, 26 to 39 degrees. Expecting mostly sunny. The forecast got Wednesday high about 3 to about 25 degrees. Winds northwest about 5 to 7 miles an hour. For Thursday, snow likely between AM and noon, then rain high about 41 degrees. Chest patch is 8%. Thursday night, chest rain before midnight, then mostly clouds about 29 degrees. Chest patch is now 50%. For Friday, mostly sunny forecast got about 37 about 22 degrees. For Saturday, skies got about 32 degrees. Saturday night, chest patch snow showers. Mostly clouds got about 22 degrees. Chest patch is 40%. And for New Year's Day, chest rain and snow showers. Mostly skies got about 44 degrees and chest patch is 40%. Peter's what if phrase of the day. A marvelous Monday in town. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. That's me for the Peter Channel New News 1 on this. The 7/26, 2016 on a Monday afternoon. This will be a good afternoon, good bye day. I'll see you at 5 o'clock for 5 o'clock. We'll be a good afternoon.